Deep Ecology considers all life forms to have an equal right to flourish. Among its leading proponents was David Orton, author of the Deep Green blog, who strove to create a left-wing version of Deep Ecology. Arcane? Perhaps. But our fundamental ecological problem is bad philosophy, bad spirituality, and that's what David attacked. I talked with him in April 2011, just 2 weeks before he died of cancer. So let's talk a little bit about deep ecology and what deep ecology is and where the boundaries of it might lie.
Yeah, well, I think the route to deep ecology is highly individual, and I know for myself, like when I was in BC, I think that was a transforming period for myself in terms of my consciousness, and I started to see things like being very ridiculous, like with Macmillan Bodell. They had a slogan which said forest productivity, or like forests are primarily for lumber production. And then, you know, when they talked about clear cuts and the impact on sort of, say, raptors or woodpeckers, well, they would put up nest boxes in the clear cuts. So, and then you came to see that, like, it was always humans first, you know, like, I think the essence of deep ecology is coming into a new relationship with the natural world. And basically that's to say that other life forms have their own intrinsic value, and that value is not dependent upon them being given that value by humans. So that will be one point. Another point would be, and I think this is very important, and of course this is where the mainstream and the radical environmental movement diverge. Nass made a distinction between shallow and deep ecology. Now, these aren't self-serving terms which they seem, they're basically argumentation patterns. So shallow ecology was that ecology which took for granted industrial society and tried to clean its act up. And deep ecology was seeing that the fundamental environmental problems were a product of industrial society. And so basically you had to replace industrial society if you wanted to address environmental issues. You know, I think, so in that sense, industrial society, it's also anti-capitalist too. You know, that basically I'm talking about Nass and also for myself, that capitalism, you know, is built on growth and no ecological limits and profit. We all know that. And so if you have an economic system which doesn't recognize ecological limits, then you're going to basically get into serious trouble. So what Nass said, that it wasn't capitalism per se or socialism, it was industrial society, and industrial society could have a capitalist or a socialist face. Now, if you read Nass, he's much more sympathetic to socialism. Like he would say, for example, that many of the best fighters on the environmental side come from the socialist movement. But he also had the criticism of socialism and Marxism, which I have as well.
David Orton, apostle of deep ecology. For The Green Interview, I'm Silver Donald Cameron. Thanks for watching.